guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm very excited to be sharing with you sort of a best and worst purchases of 2025. Now, I have a feeling that I did the same thing last year, which is that I didn't really make a best and worst purchases. I made more of a my most worn pieces of 2025, or at least the year before it would have been 2024. And I think it's to do with the fact that I actually don't keep worst purchases in my collection, and maybe in this video I'll get into the things that I do to ensure as much as possible that I'm not making a regret purchase. Again, it's not always perfect results, but it seemed to work for the last few years, so I'll share with you what I like to do. Obviously, one of them is having a wish list. No matter if a piece is high street, high end, it always goes into a wish list. It's kind of just a hold that I put it in my head so that I don't buy something straight away. I actually go through my closet, make sure it's going to work with everything, and a lot of pieces, whether or not I've purchased them myself or if a brand has sent it to me through a relationship that I have with them, it's still something I think about for prolonged periods of time. For example, the last fashion week that I attended in Paris was in September, I think. We're now in January, and only now are those items being launched and sent out. So I've had enough time to actually think about them and know that I like them. So I kind of give myself that time to ruminate on something across the board, whether it's something I've picked up myself or it's through a relationship with a brand. I do it across the board so that I'm not adding things into my collection that I'm not wanting to add in. There is one piece in particular that I no longer have in my collection. Again, I wouldn't even consider it a worst purchases. It's because there's a bag that I wanted even more, so I just replaced with this bag. So I'll get onto it into this video, but there is a mix in this video of pieces that I've picked up throughout 2025, and you'll recognize them straight away as pieces that were added into my collection then. But some of these pieces I've had for 2, 3, 4 years, and I just rewear them because every time I add something new into my collection, it brings back life to something that I've had in my collection for longer. If you want to see the different ways that I've styled this, I also am over on Instagram and TikTok, Substack. Substack is more if you're into reading, and I also have the Taste Salon Substack, which is if you're more into still fashion but more in depth, and then wine, horology, travel, all that sort of stuff is on Substack, but I will leave that link down below if you're interested. But nonetheless, I do just want to get straight on into this video. Starting off with one of my best purchases and most worn item of the year. This is my Bally Deco Daily in the dark chocolate brown. It currently has a twilly on it, which is just an Hermes twilly, but I need to get the same twilly again because it's only on one of the straps. Now, this bag doesn't require a twilly because it's such a dark color and the leather is not so delicate, but I actually like how it adds some personality to the bag. But truthfully, a lot of the times I also wear it without the twilly. And I know I get so many questions about this bag. I wanted to make sure in this video that I also included outfits that I've really worn a lot in 2025, because I know that as I go into the new year and I start sharing with you some newer looks, and of course it's going to be a lot of the same pieces, but I know sometimes I still get messages for where an outfit is from and it's an outfit from 2022 or 2023. So I think with this video, it's a nice way for you to kind of find the majority of the outfits that I wore throughout the year and details about those pieces. But this is a bag that I absolutely love, and I've spoken about it so much, and I also wanted it for a long time, which again goes into the topic of I really like to make sure that I take time with pieces. Even when I know I already really like it from the get-go, I still give myself a little bit of time to ruminate on it. And this is one that I saw it online, and the reason I was holding back getting it was because there weren't really any other videos online of people sharing this bag. After getting the bag was when I found 1 or 2 videos of someone sharing this bag, not in this leather, it was the one that's canvas, which is actually the one I initially wanted. And I'm really happy that I didn't get that one because this bag is now more or less discontinued and really hard to find. If I had gotten the canvas one, I know that this would always be at the back of my mind as the one I wanted next, because as much as canvas is really lovely, it's also really delicate. So there's no way I would have been able to wear it every single day without worrying about it getting dirty. Whereas this is so incredible, and obviously dark chocolate brown is one of my favorite colors, and I have a lot of my bags in this dark chocolate brown deep color, and I really love it. This one is gold hardware and I really love it. It's that trapeze sort of shape. I think you've probably seen this many times in my videos. I also shared it in my Germany vlog. There are 2 portions and then 1 divider in the middle with a zip compartment, and then there's some kind of back pockets. I will link down below the video where I actually shared myself getting this, because I think in that video I probably shared a whole lot more detail with the inside and everything. It does come with a crossbody strap and then a little piece that you can put here to keep the straps together. I don't really use those pieces. Before getting this bag, I actually had gone to Switzerland as well, and I went to Via Nassa, which is in Lugano, and they have a Bally store, and they do have the small like mini versions of this bag, which are wonderful, and you can really see the craftsmanship of the bags even just through those mini bags. But I felt like I want the full size thing, which the thing about this bag is it's actually quite big, but it's small at the same time. It's quite an interesting one because you can fit a lot in here, and sometimes it looks really big, other times it looks quite small, depends on the day, but it fits absolutely everything that I need in here. Like I said, I do think this bag is discontinued, but I will be reaching out to Bally to kind of find out some details as to if this bag is coming back. I think it should come back. I did see that this bag had sold as well on Vestiaire Collective a couple of months ago. Other than that, I have not been able to find this dark chocolate brown colour. Having said that, I do oftentimes get messages from you guys on Instagram saying it just showed up on this website that I was looking at and I just got it. So I do think they are coming in and out a couple of times, but it's no longer on the Bally website, at least not the UK website. Again, I do hope they bring it out, but there is also, like I said, something quite special about carrying this bag, and people kind of wonder, oh my goodness, where's it from? And you're just like, it's actually, they don't make it anymore. It kind of is quite a nice feeling because you don't see it everywhere, but I think it's a reminder to trust your intuition with a purchase. If you really want something and you go online and you can't see it anywhere, there's not many videos about it, it hasn't got the hype that some other bags have, still just trust your intuition with it, because this is one of those bags that I saw and I almost couldn't believe that it hadn't sold out yet. There are a couple of items in my wish list that are like that I feel like don't have the hype that they should. They are amazing pieces. I've seen them in person and I'm already considering getting them. And you kind of sometimes have to go into it with a blind eye. If there's no videos online, you kind of just have to go into it and see for yourself and take that risk sometimes. I've also written in my notebook a couple of other bags that I'm not showing in this video because otherwise there would just be too many items to kind of show. And I also feel like there's going to be B-roll or pictures that I put up on the screen of the bags anyways, which oftentimes cover what I'm showing here, so I figured I would mention them, but you'll see how I've styled them across the year. This is the next bag that I'm sharing, which is my Civet Florence 20, and I absolutely love this bag. It's funny because it's one of those pieces that when I got it, I obviously knew I would love it because I love Civet, love the symmetry pochette. This year I dabbled more into silver jewelry as well, so I started to be able to need a bag with silver palladium hardware. This is a bag that I wear so often, way more often than I actually would have imagined. When I'm running errands, this is the bag that I pick up. I think that it's, I would say, in the same league in terms of how often I reach for it as my Toteme T-lock clutch, which also makes me realize that I forgot to mention, but I did decide to part ways with the larger Toteme T-lock, the dark chocolate brown one with gold hardware. I've shared it on my channel before quite a while ago and you probably haven't seen it in a while. It's something that I think I mentioned in that video. If you have your hand like this and you try to lift the flap, you have to remove and open because of the way that the handle is with the flap. So it's something that my Bally Deco Daily has replaced. I figured I would mention that now that I'm mentioning Toteme. But those two, the T-lock clutch and this one, both bags I really love. I feel like are in the same league. It just depends on if I want silver hardware or gold hardware. But this one is also really easy to use in terms of if I've got, say for example, I'm holding it here. If I have my phone and I really want to grab it, I can keep the bag here, not even looking, grab my phone, and it has this magnetic closure. So even if you're carrying it like this, there's no way of actually entering the bag. So this is a bag that I really have loved. And a lot of the times when I've worn all white outfits, there's an outfit that I've really been loving recently and it works so well with this bag. It is a pair of jeans that I'm going to share with you in a second. Those are actually a 2026 acquisition, but I've been looking for them since 2025 and I did get them in 2025 just in the wrong size, and the new size has finally arrived. But I love wearing that with a white cotton shirt, and then I like to wear it with my Hermes twilly. I take it off my bag. I honestly rewear that twilly so often. I like wearing it around my neck. Sometimes there's a little belt, but it's not actually long enough to do a full belt, so I kind of do a half belt or just a way to add some color to the outfit and some interest. But I like to wear it with something like this and then it just looks so good. So yeah, I think I wasn't expecting to wear it as much because of the shape. It's more of a can you see it's got interesting shape, but also because of this it fits quite a bit, so the inside has that much capacity twice. The others that I wrote down because I didn't want to add and show in this video, both of my MANU ATELIER Le CAMBON 35s, my dark chocolate brown one, which I love a lot. I love styling it, even for example today with a navy blue outfit, which I always link down below what I'm wearing, except this theory knit I've had for how long now? I think this might be the 3rd or 4th year that I've had this, and I still get questions about it, and it's quite hard to find an alternative. I have found a few alternatives, but this exact one they don't make anymore, and I got it in navy blue and a cream color. I actually would say this is also another most worn piece of the year. I wear it so often, but I didn't actually formally include it into this video. But I would say that my MANU ATELIER Le CAMBON in the deep brown, and then the version in the lighter beigey color, which they actually don't make that color anymore. I actually was speaking to them during Fashion Week about this because I was talking to them and I was like, you did discontinue it, didn't you?
From their resort collection.
Bags bar is my, you guys discontinued it though. They did discontinue it and they brought out a different iteration of that color, so I will leave link down below the iteration of that color, because that exact bag, they don't have that color anymore. I just about got it before they discontinued it, so that's one thing that I want to mention. But that bag I absolutely love, and I would wear it a lot with my scarf. It's not a twilly, it's a silk scarf, like a square scarf from when I was on the Ritz-Carlton yacht Ilma. They gave it to us as souvenirs, so again, it's not up for sale, but there's a brand called Le Scarf that I also discovered probably in the last year or so that makes amazing square scarves and different shaped scarves as well that are silk, and you can wrap them around your neck and you can use them as belts, though I find it easier to do with the twilly. And then I also wrote my Toteme, which is actually one that I've really been wearing last year, and I think really helped me to make the decision about not keeping the larger Toteme dark chocolate brown T-lock. It's the Croc Effect dark chocolate brown shoulder bag that I wear a lot, more than I again thought I would. Interesting, because I also last year was wearing a lot my Giorgio Armani La Prima bag, which I got in 2024 I think. So again, it's one of those things where every year a bag that I've had for a while gets picked on and I decide you're my bag for the next few months or the next few weeks, and I really wear it a lot. I felt like with the shoulder bag from Toteme, it was just super practical, especially when it was rainy. I would clip it and wear it over my shoulders with coats, everything like that. I do find that I get quite a few questions on that bag. Every couple of videos I get a comment asking how I'm still doing with that bag and if it started scratching. I know a lot of people have said that you have your experience scratching with it. I still haven't. Again, I'm not showing it in this video, but maybe in another video I will show you. There aren't any scratches on it and I've been able to wear it when it's raining. I do carry an umbrella though, so really my bags are not getting soaked. So I can't give advice on whether or not you should let it soak in the rain, but it's a bag that I wore as well a lot last year. Next up in this pile next to me, I have bottoms. So I have skirts, jeans and trousers. This first piece is actually a skirt that you would have seen quite often during the year. I also think that during 2025 I didn't take nearly as many pictures of my outfits as I would have liked to, so for some of these pieces I will genuinely say it's my most worn pair of trousers or skirt from the year, and maybe you'll see only a couple of pictures. It's just that last year I was working on a few other things, which meant that I wasn't taking as many pictures, so that's definitely something that I'm working on this year so that you can really see all the different ways that I am wearing pieces. I know a lot of you have also requested videos like what I'm wearing in a week, where I can share with you all the different ways that I'm styling a piece, things like that. So I'll definitely aim to film some of those this year. But this is from Henne. I can't remember the name of this model, but I will leave it linked, and it's this gorgeous white maxi skirt. I think you would have definitely seen it if you watched the Germany vlog. We were going to the, I think it was a Japanese restaurant inside the hotel, and I decided to wear this with a tight top that was slightly backless from Enza Costa. I wore it with my Jenny Kane kitten heels and a verified clutch. That bag, that verified clutch, is also one of my most worn bags of the year. Again, I honestly feel like a lot of the things in my closet are my most worn items of the year, and if I were to actually share with you absolutely everything that I wore a lot in 2025, I would be sharing with you the majority of my closet, because I find lots of different ways to wear my things. Even things like gowns, even though they only have a couple of occasions to be worn for, I still don't consider that not a great purchase, because the excitement is still there. And I think also there's something about sourcing an item and it taking years, because a lot of the times when I look at my closet and, for example, I look at my gowns, I get so happy because there's some gowns in there that I wanted for years. Some of them are no longer made, they're discontinued, or they're vintage, or they have a backstory, or it took me years to be able to find it again on the market. And so for me, the ability to look at the piece and put it on and wear it again, it's not just the excitement of, I really like this piece and it works with things that I already have. On top of that, it's the excitement of, and I wanted this for so long. Every time I wear those pieces, I think of all those times when I was on my laptop looking for it, looking nothing. That's another recommendation that I would also give if you want to make less sort of regretful purchases. Again, these aren't tips to give you perfection, because there still will be occasions where you add a piece to your collection and in the end you find that you just don't wear it anymore, or something about your style has changed and it just doesn't work for you anymore. And that's completely fine. But one of the biggest things that I would say is genuinely go for the things that you actually want. If you can, be patient with the pieces that you actually really want. Anything that you have really been looking for, even if it takes a couple of years, it pays off in the long run, because not only are you going to have a piece that you really love, I think knowing that you wanted it for so long adds something to it, makes it more fun, and it makes it more meaningful in your collection and less likely that you're going to regret having gotten it. Next up are these trousers, elasticated waistband, bias cut / wide leg trousers. I'm actually wearing some today that I shared in last week's video, which are my COS navy blue versions, and then I have the taupe brown version. I have a few from lots of different brands because these are my favorite style of trousers. They're so easy and simple to style and wear, and they're comfortable, and you just don't have to worry too much. I do find that these are quite versatile in the closet, and they can last you a lot longer because they have that elasticated waistband, so even if at times you're in between sizes, there's still something that you can keep and you don't have to get a new size. These ones that I'm sharing are from Almada Label. This is sort of like a light champagne color in the satin finish. And then I also love this cream off-white one in the crepe material. I think these are called the Bayer crepe pants, if I'm not wrong. And I just love wearing a lot of off-white cream anyways. I also love wearing this with my Rohe. It's one of the first pieces that I ever got from Rohe. An off-white blazer that I really love. And another one of my first pieces from Rohe as well is this silk camisole with lace. Love wearing it with this. I think I have a picture in that. And then I did sort of like a silk scarf around my waist. The only thing I would say about these particular cream pair is they have a slightly longer crotch area. My leg length is more so defined by my inner leg inseam, and you'll probably be able to see it with the next pair of trousers that I'm going to show you, but these have a slightly longer crotch area. And I did take them to my tailors to try and fix the crotch area, but this area is notoriously hard for editing once it's been produced, so we weren't able to do so much there. But I haven't found that to be the case with my champagne satin. Like, this one has the perfect crotch area, it goes high up enough. This one has a slightly shorter inseam, and I'll show you with the next pair of trousers. I also have the matching champagne, I'll show you the black version, but I have the matching U-cut kind of like tank tops in the champagne color, and I love wearing it as a set. Next category, aside from skirt and elasticated bias cut trousers style, are tailored trousers, and I wear tailored trousers a lot. It's actually something that I find really comfortable, which I know some people have said to me before, like, how do you find that comfortable? But I could literally be at home and I will decide to throw on a pair of tailored trousers. Not these ones in particular, because these ones definitely feel like tailored trousers, but for example, my Reese Margot trousers that I've had since 2023, they don't make that anymore, I don't think. And then my Theory gabardine trousers, which are wide leg, and I get so many questions about those. Again, those ones are no longer made, they are genuinely discontinued. Like, no link will take you to the website. I got it quite a while ago, again, quite a couple of years ago, and I love them so much. I like to wear them with my Rohe sculptural top. That's one of the outfits that I wore this year. But if I want something that's not so wide leg, I go for these pair of trousers, Theory Demetria trousers, pants. I'm using pants and trousers interchangeably, even though it would make more sense to just say trousers, because a lot of these on the websites are actually called pants. But these are the Demetria pants in the size 00, and you can see here what I mean by inner, like the inseam of the leg this is the perfect inseam for me. Now, it is quite close to the crotch area, and it really just depends if you want it so close or a little bit of space in between. Every time I wear these, people think I'm much taller than I actually am, and I get questions like, oh, I'm 5'5" or I'm 5'6", but these look really long on you, what's your height? And I'm like, oh, I'm 5'5", 5'6" as well. Somewhere in the middle. I did get remeasured and I'm now somewhere in the middle. It really elongates your legs. They're like a slim flare kind of pair of trousers. It's one of those that I've been getting compliments when I wear this ever since I got it, or however long ago. If you've had questions about these pair of trousers, then now you finally know where they're from and what model they are. Last category here, I promise, are jeans. So I have two jeans here. I have my actual most worn pair this year. We have a little bit of, there we go. So I have these Citizens of Humanity Devi boyfriend jeans in the size 23. These are one of my most worn pair of jeans this year. Kind of like a boyfriend style straight leg, but I was finding it really hard to find something that I really liked. And then I saw a picture on my Pinterest of someone wearing these. And to be honest, when I saw the picture on Pinterest, I was like, yeah, if it's on Pinterest, it means it's not available anymore, because the picture's done so well that it's now on Pinterest. So it's probably not available anymore. But I still did a Google search, found out who the person was wearing it, went into the comment section to see if they had mentioned where they were from and what style they were, went and looked for it, and there was one pair left. I don't remember when I got these. Maybe they were a 2025 purchase. I feel like they were, but they literally just had one left on the Net-a-Porter site and in a size 23. And I remember thinking, they're probably not going to, like, size 23. I mean, usually I'm a size 24. Figured this is going to be so small, and already on the website it said that they run small and you should size up. So I thought, and I'm getting a 23. And then when I got them, they fit me perfectly. So I kept them and I'm really happy about them. Even with these, I was on the hunt for a perfect pair of oversized, wide leg sort of trousers that went all the way down, like the perfect pair of jeans. I was really hunting, and I did find some from Rohe, but I didn't end up getting my hands on them because I didn't know whether or not they would be too long, and quite frankly, I didn't want to go through the process of tailoring. You know, I was just like, yeah, you know, I'm just looking for the perfect pair, and you've probably heard me saying it in so many videos across the year that I was looking for those, and I finally found them. So these are from Align, and I actually, like I mentioned maybe at the start of the video, they technically speaking were an end of 2025 acquisition. However, I got them in a size 23 or 24. I think I got 24. They were so tight, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted like somewhat baggy pair of jeans. I decided to size up quite a bit. I went to a size W28, and they are perfect. They're phenomenal. I love them so much. I think if I wanted them to be a little bit more, less oversized in a way, less baggy, I would go for a size 26, but you still have to size up more than your usual size in these jeans. So I would say look at your measurements. Since recently getting my measurements done at my tailors, I now go on the websites and I can really compare exactly, okay, my waist is this. If you want to make better initial purchases, I'd highly recommend going and getting yourself measured so that you can always have your measurements with you and you can actually just compare what you're looking at. But these are the last pair of bottoms that I've loved wearing in 2025. There is an outfit that I feel like I've gotten, again, so many questions about throughout the year. My COS satin black top with micro shorts and tights. I will try my best to leave that link down below. However, having said that, that top is just not available anymore. I have found some similar alternatives, some of which are in the sale, some things from Kate as well, but the shorts are a pair that are still available, and they are the micro shorts that I opt for. I have found a pair that are 100% wool that are from Iraqi, and I am thinking of maybe getting my hands on it, even though they are kind of more or less the same piece, the same style. As much as I love the pair that I have and I wear them a lot, they are more lightweight, and when I do outfits with micro shorts, say in the winter, I do it with tights. I put on like a faux fur coat, which is another most worn item. You'll be finding them in the description box anyways. Those micro shorts I will leave linked, but then again, if you're looking for a thicker wool pair, I think I'll include those as well, because I'm genuinely considering it for when I want something a little bit warmer and something made from a better composition. And then I also re-wore those shorts again with my Jacquet faux fur coat, which I get quite a few questions about. I'm hoping they haven't discontinued it. I haven't really seen it online in a while in terms of searching it up, so I'll have to see if they're still available. The last pair of trousers that I've worn a lot this year and I get questions about are my Andiata, I think they're called Gita tailored trousers in the white color, size 32. Those are my go-to white tailored trousers. I did say that I was going to show you the Almada Label tank. This is the satin tank. I have the matching champagne one for the champagne trousers as well. And actually I also have the matching cream crepe material one for the Bayer pants. But I love styling tops like this, a midi skirt and maybe like a Saint Laurent belt for that kind of Saint Laurent chic vibe. The good thing about these is the front has a higher up U shape, but then the back, I don't know if you can see the difference there, which means if you want a slightly deeper U-neck, you can just turn it around and remove the tag and then just wear it like this. Lastly, in this entire video, I have, I guess, pajama lingerie style. I definitely can make a whole video on lingerie, like pajama lingerie, the style, because this is more lingerie based pajamas. You know, you've got that lace and the silk. This isn't actually my most worn. I do wear it a lot, but I wear all of my pajamas equal amounts, I think. But this one is the one that I think has gotten the most questions this year, and it's from Bacan Couture. I also added it into my collection this year. Is this gorgeous 100% silk, and then you've got the lace in this kind of like darkish salmon pink color, which I really like, and it's maxi, and I just love this so much. So I would be more than happy to share in a video the best places to kind of get pajamas. And just like that, we've made it to the very end of this video. There are a couple of things that I didn't share in this video that were still my most worn, certain pieces of jewelry, but I felt as well that I had shared a lot of them in other videos before. My ideal pieces, favorite emerald ring that I like wearing, my panther ring that I love wearing, my panther brooch that I like wearing. But all these things are things that I've mentioned more or less in the same videos. I didn't want the videos to be too repetitive, but if there are any particular videos that you do want to see across the year, definitely let me know and I will make note of them. But with that being said, I do hope you enjoyed this week's video, and I hope to see you guys very, very soon in my next one.